How do you build a family home that's perfect for farming and simple living in The Sims 4? Well, sit back and let me show you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for another Sims 4 speed build. This is for my herd generations family story. So, if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. Also, let me give my normal disclaimer that I do not edit my voiceover when I do speed builds or cast creations. So please forgive my stumbling, bumbling ums and ahs and my slow southern United States drawl. So, guys, I am building in the screen. I have not played in this world a whole lot because I think when I played it, it was mostly in one of my live series. But my herd legacy family is in its seventh generation. And I have the perfect house for this place. And I was looking around. I didn't want to build in Hemford on Bagley. And I also did not know about the cottage living town Chestnut Ridge. I thought about it, but I wanted a green place, and I was going to build up in the lot behind this one. It's the treehouse lot. You can see it to the right in the background, but it's very isolated. But the neighboring house was perfect. It's across the footbridge. You can see there is a fence that has weeds growing through it on the back, and this is perfect. I wanted a house that had room to grow. Guys, I don't want to give away a whole lot of my story, but you all know I don't script, so I don't even know completely where my stories are going anyway when I start them. But I needed a house that was way too big for who's living here. Right now, my Sims Generation 6, they have 5 children, and they had fertility issues, so they did surrogacy, they adopted kids, and we did all this with gameplay without mods. But guys, they're next to the youngest. Nova will be the start of Generation 7. Now, for me in this recorded series, this will be the first time I have ever played a sim who wasn't born first as the lead. However, her sister, which she is a twin, so technically she's the second oldest child, she is staying with her right now. So Nova is the youngest. This is her house, and her older sister Lee is staying with her. Lee used to be the head of the dynasty. We are not royalty, but we had a dynasty or have one. Lee was the head, but their father, Manny, has turned their head over to Nova. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about the build, and I'm going to talk about what I can about the story. So you can see that I am using a door that is from Seasons, but these windows are from an entirely different pack. I am not using much of the Enchanted by Nature objects in this build. And here's the deal. I didn't want this house to look whimsical the way that the houses surrounding it looks, but I did want it to fit the aesthetic of the world, and I think I got it. I don't know if I nailed it, but I got it, and that's good enough for me. So, guys, I'm having a big open area. The back where I have this little half wall will be the kitchen, the front will be the living room, and leading into this hallway with the downstairs bedroom, which is the biggest bedroom, but it will not be the master bedroom. Leading down that hall, I am gonna put a dining set. Now that bed is not gonna be what's there. I just have to sometimes place furniture to remember what the heck I'm building. So in real time, I actually built the frame and put the wall coloring in one night, and then the next night, furnished the house. Also, this house will not be fully furnished because we've got a special situation going on, guys. Nova is a teenager. The owner of the house is still a teenager. But the way we're going to play this story is that Nova is a 19 or 20-year-old. So she's very young, but their father, Manny, was a doctor, and their mother was the chancellor of a university. So they made really good money. The kids that they have sent off, they sent off with a nice amount of money. So their oldest brother, who is Lee's twin, they are fraternal twins. Lee and oh my gosh, Kyson. I forgot for a second. Anyway, he is living over in Del Sol Valley. He is an athlete. He enjoys working out. The whole family does, and we actually made it a dynasty value. Even though some of it do a lot more than others. But I bring him up because he actually took a chunk of money with him to get started. Also, they sent Nova off with 45,000 simoleons. Now, that was not Nova and Lee. So let's talk about where we are. And I'm sure you'll get a recap in episode 1 of season 7. Guys, Nova and Lee were not sent off to live together. Lee had finally left home. She definitely left home late. Roman is still at home, and the youngest sister, Shayna, who's still she's like 16 at this time. She's still at home. Guys, Nova went off on her own because she graduated high school extremely early, and then she went on and started her college studies. But by the time you see her in episode 1, she will have finished university. Y'all, she is just waiting until she is old enough for the job market to open up a little bit more to her, because she has majored in biology, but that is to get into her love of plants. At some point she developed that. She started to like piano, but to make a career, she was thinking maybe she could be a botanist or something like that. Now, once she saw Ennis Green, she immediately had dreams of being like a farmer or a gardener. Now, she doesn't want to have animals, or she didn't think so at this point in time. But once she got to Ennis Green, she realized that she wanted to live a simple life where she only eats the foods that she grows, or that she barters and trades with other people that they grow. So that's what she's doing. Now, before we get back to the story, this room is where the older sister Lee is gonna stay. Again, it's the biggest room in the house, but we may end up changing it and dividing in space at some point, but you do have a cute bed here, the two end tables. She has a drink tray on the side table. Now, that is not seltzer water, that is alcohol, and that's going to lead us into our story. So, the reason that Lee has started to have trouble, and you can see this at the end of season 6 of the Her Family Legacy, she has started to drink quite a bit of fizzy drinks. She was drinking seltzers. She was drinking kombucha. There are more drinks, but she hasn't gotten into those yet. In short, Lee has an addiction, and she is struggling with this form of sim alcoholism. And we don't know what happened when she first left the house, but we know what happened before she moved in with Nova, and that is that she was a wreck, guys. She was starting to be out on the streets more, even though she still had a place. She had downgraded to like the worst apartment ever in San Machino. And so Nova had gotten a call from one of her college classmates that was home for break, and they lived in San Machino, and they were like, hey, did you say you had a sister? Do you know where she is? She's like, well, one sister's at home, I don't know where my sister Lee is, because I haven't heard from her. And they said, well, it's a lady who looks a lot like you, so much so that I thought it was you. And she is just pretty dirty, and she is out, and she was passed out on the streets. And, Nova called her parents, who they bought Lee home. And guys, this is crazy because in actuality, in my gameplay off camera, this part really was there. Guys, it had gotten to the point where Manny and Kaylee were giving her lectures on responsibility and, family and taking care of herself and doing the right thing. They tried to get her help, but you cannot get someone who has an addiction help without them ready to get the help, to receive the help. So nothing was working. And it got to a point where Kylie is their mother. They got a difficult relationship. And that was really hard on the family because Kaylee prides herself on family. And if you know her backstory, she lost her parents very young, was an only child, and married Manny because his family was so big and she just really wanted to be a part of something like that. They got the five children and it's just been happy for her. Stressful but happy. So when she got realized that their relationship was going to be difficult at that point, Kaylee almost broke down, like not a mental breakdown, but like sobbing, upset, like she was almost inconsolable. And Manny made a decision, the toughest decision he's ever made. Like I said, Roman's still living there. He's an adult. He works hard. He's responsible. So Manny doesn't put his kids out. He put her out. He told her she had to leave. He did set up a apartment for her for a month and told her to be on her way. Also, y'all, Lee has had two jobs in probably 3 months. She can't keep a job. She keeps getting terminated, guys, and it's crazy because this actually happened. I haven't had a sim in The Sims 4 get terminated in a long time. So anyway, guys, this is the office space. I'm putting it right next to the bedroom. I will clutter the house as we live here. And when I say the house will be unfinished, it's going to have 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, but 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom upstairs will not be furnished at all until we get to that point and save our money. When I finished this bill, we had about 1,000 simoleons left, actually a little bit less than that. But I went on, they had some vegetables because their brother Roman also had gotten a little bit interested in gardening, but that interest didn't go very deep because, guys, Roman is a park ranger right now. I mean, that's not his title, but he's on that career path. I do think he's a level 4, and he has done some gardening, fishing, natural living because that's what boosts his job performance. He did not go to university, but he did go to a trade school. And he got some skills that's really helped. But out of all those skills, his favorite has become fishing. So he does all right. He's got his thumb into gardening, but it's not a green thumb. Okay. So, but he grew some vegetables that he was able to give to Nova to start parts of her garden. And then she has bought some more fruits and veggies and herbs. But she has started making regular trips to Hempford on Bagley to go to market because she can get those things discounted. And also, guys, she is able to sell things that she grows, but she can't sell too much because she is only able to eat what she grows. So right now we're on a struggle bus with food. Now I am putting this electric keyboard in because she has gotten interested in the piano, as you saw when they went to the teens skill camp getaway. That's been a few episodes back, so check it out too. But now we can't. We could fit a piano in here, but the way I want things set up, I'd rather preserve the space, and therefore we went with that. We're gonna put a guitar here because Nova actually got Lee a guitar. Lee likes playing the guitar. She's not great, but she's not horrible. But Nova felt like it's something constructive. So right now, she has resigned herself to she has resigned herself to take care of her sister. Now, you may ask why. Because it's more than family love. Guys, Lee is pregnant. Yes, we'll get into that in episode 1, but let's go to our walkthrough. As you pan around, you can see that there are probably parts of the house I could have done something different with, but I really like this as not a starter home by price, but a starter home by having room to grow. Like, as far as I can foresee, Nova will be in this house for a long time. Maybe she'll change one day, but it won't be anytime soon. Look at this old school stove, and we've got a nice refrigerator, and you can see we've got a nice amount of counter space, and we got a mixer because, again, she's going to be putting in the work. I love the colors in the living room. One of those couches is from a Book Nook kit, but the other one is from a Maker's kit. You can see Nova sitting there eating, and we can go in here. This is Lee's room, and I used a lot of the pop color kit or pastel pop something, y'all. I make up kit names. But I actually hadn't used that kit for the wallpaper and stuff, but I actually like this room. I think it fits Lee, who's playful and crazy, but also, she has a addiction, a problem. So that was the gosh, y'all, the study, or whatever we're calling it, the office. This is bathroom one. It is pink, it is bright, and that is for any of our guests who come. If you come back out towards the kitchen, you will see the stairs, and we are going to pop up those stairs. We've got a cutout area in the hall. We're going to decorate this hall, and even at the end of the hall, we can fit like some type of activity table, but we may put some bee boxes somewhere. I don't know. I would like to put them inside. You can see that's the master bedroom we just left. This is the ensuite bathroom for the master bedroom. Now, this is her closet, and we're going to come on now. You see, we got pink and browns in this room. Now, this is the empty room. It's going to be greens. This other room, if you come outside, there's a bathroom that's not an ensuite, but a huge bathroom. I can't wait to see this house at its full potential. You can even see that we have a nice little walkway leading up to our house. But I hope you enjoyed this speed build. And until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.